Hi, we got another video, actually another challenge. We got customer who wants to find a conversion byte on this cluster. This is Ford cluster, F150, year probably 2007-8. We're gonna use again BDM programmer, and we're gonna show you how fast we can do conversion on this vehicle. And what we have to do, we have to remove the back cover, and we got some plugs what we can connect it to the power, and we show you this cluster is working. And those wires is maybe not prepared properly, but it's enough to power up the cluster, and we can show the cluster is operational. What we have to do right now, we know approximately where is the conversion byte, but we don't know exactly if this byte would work. And we're gonna connect this cluster. It's equipped with typical BDM connector, what is located in this place, and the pins are very typical for BDM connector. The top one is a ground. Bottom one is background mode. Right beside there is a reset and 5-volt supply. And we can show you, okay, we can read this this entire contents of memory inside this processor. Opening programmer, connect programmer to computer, select the target. In this particular cluster, the processor is 9S12H128. This processor has got only two parts, flash and EEPROM. We're gonna select both of them and connect it to and read the processor. It's going to take a few seconds to read this flash. Programmer does automatically, but we can save it under name whatever you want. Okay, this is 2007 F150 50 and customer reference. You're going to be saving. Okay, and we're looking on there is a EEPROM part. We're checking if there is anything in the EEPROM. Yeah, we read properly. This is even show us the year in production of this cluster is 2008. We were saying 2007, but this is not really changing anything, because our challenge is to find a conversion byte. Then we're going back to again to EEPROM. We're trying to find the conversion byte. In this particular cluster, conversion byte is located someplace here, but we don't know exactly what byte is supposed to be. We can compare with the reading any cluster, what is US cluster, but we don't get in this moment any US cluster. And from experience, we know there is in this area. We have to change couple bytes and see if this is gonna do this. What we're gonna do in this, to speed up the whole process, this programmer has got very unique feature. We don't have to unsolder the wires and connect the programmer. In the moment of finish programming, we'll reset all the lines, leave the lines open, and the whole cluster would be operating properly. and we're gonna show you while we got connected our BDM. This is the wire basically wasn't soldered properly. We can redo this. While we got connected a BDM connector to the programmer, we can supply the cluster from external source with 12 volt. And the cluster is working. None of the line is, the programmer doesn't put load on any of those lines. When we got select the target, we have to select for programming, and in our case, we don't gonna bother with the flash, we're gonna bother only with the EEPROM. And what we're gonna do, okay, we already read this contents of this cluster. Now, we're gonna modify our data. We know this conversion byte should be someplace here, and we was comparing with some other devices. This should change, for example, for 01 here. Then what we're gonna do? We're gonna do quick programming. When the power is connected, 12 volt, and the BDM does an interference with programmer, and we're gonna do the programming. We change this byte. Right away, as soon as the programmer entered the cluster shut off, and it's shut down to the moment of programming. Okay, this is done. We program again. What we have to do, normally programmer is holding those lines. We have to go to the option and choose the second option, reset MCU to normal single chip after programming. And this is very useful for our case. In our case, we're gonna see, as soon as we press start, we program again the memory. As soon as we finish programming, the cluster is become alive. This, we can verify our conversion if there is fast. If we have to change, let's say, for example, we don't know exactly, could be this 01. We know there's supposed to be 01 in the US cluster, and we don't know where is exactly this is 01. Then we have to do a few times programming, and right now, when we do programming, programmer is going to automatically release the line. And this is speed up the process, I would say maybe 100 times. Like we see, cluster came alive. We got connected proper information to the cluster, which showed miles or kilometers. We don't get this right now on the bench. We have to hook it up the device what will simulate the vehicle, but this is we're gonna do probably in the future. Right now we want to show you very unique feature what this programmer can do. Basically, if you have to reprogram byte by byte, or you search for something, for some information on this cluster, you can do it with programming and power up the cluster automatically after finishing programming. This speed up the process drastically in our case. Thank you for watching this video.